Remember what the Padres were selling to us Padres fans back in December, winter meetings time, when they traded Juan Soto and Trent Grisham to the New York Yankees? They were selling us the talent that they got back, which I'm high on, but also what we were being sold was that they were going to reinvest that money that they saved from that Soto deal, around $30 million. They were going to put that back into this year's major league roster. That's what we thought. You looked at the payroll, and it was like, yeah, they're not going to be able to build a complete team if Juan Soto's making $30+ million, and then Trent Grisham as well. So that's what, around $38 million that they were going to make. Yeah, that's going to be hard to build a complete baseball team with Juan Soto, especially on this roster. So it made sense. I was understanding of them trading Juan Soto. But you fast forward a few months, and it's March 9th now. And what have the Padres done since then? Have they found a left fielder? Jurickson Profar for $1 million? They don't even want Jurickson Profar to be the starting left fielder every day, right? They want him to be a bench guy. Minor league signings, Tim LaCastro, Oscar Mercado, Cal Mitchell, that is not a major league deal. There's reasons why those guys are minor league deals. Jose Azocar, already on the roster. Okay, Jackson Merrill, like that's a positive development this spring training. Jacob Marcy as well. But there's question marks if those guys are ready for the big leagues from day one, opening day. So the hole that was created trading Soto hasn't been filled. The hole created by trading Trent Grisham, filled by Jackson Merrill, but like I'm high on him, but we'll see what he ends up being. It was filled by a shortstop going and playing and transitioning into being a center fielder. At least as of now, he's the starting center fielder on opening day. They needed first base DH bat. They haven't gotten that. Now, Brandon Belt, he's still out there. Tommy Pham is still out there. But the Padres, I don't know if they passed on these guys. Maybe these guys just wanted to go somewhere else. But the Padres did not sign Eddie Rosario, and he goes on a cheap deal to the Washington Nationals. They don't sign David Peralta, goes on a minor league deal to the Chicago Cubs. They don't sign Joey Votto. He signs a cheap deal, couple $1 million, right, with the Toronto Blue Jays, and he's going to be starting the year in spring in AAA ball, I believe, with the Blue Jays and earn his way onto a roster. They could have signed those players. They chose not to. Starting pitching wise with the rotation, I like what I've seen out of some of the young guys. I like what I've seen out of Matt Waldron this spring. But will that continue, right? I think a lot of Padres fans think that we could use another starting pitcher. Haven't added that. And what have they done since that Soto deal? They traded Carpenter and Ray Kerr. Remember, Ray Kerr was a valuable lefty. Don't have him anymore because they had to dump the Carpenter contract. Find a way to do that. And they got back a minor leaguer that I think a lot of the fan base doesn't even know the name of. Mr. Campbell, I believe. They signed Yuki Matsui. Okay, 5 years, $28 million. Signed Woo Suk Go. Okay, 2 years, $4.5 million. Signed Wandy Peralta. Okay, 4 years, $16.5 million. There's player options, opt-outs in those, obviously, because AJ loves doing that. And then Jurickson Profar, 1 year, $1 million. There's other moves that they have made, but those are the major league signings, like major league guaranteed roster spot to those guys. They needed some arms, right? You're losing Nick Martinez, Josh Hader. There's guys that Ray Kerr you add to that because you traded him, right? You're losing guys in that bullpen. And then you add on top of that someone, or Scott Barlow. I know they got De Los Santos, so that kind of cancels it out. But you add on top of that Lugo, Waka, Snell. And sure, they got back arms that could be rotation arms. Michael King, I like it, but that's not Blake Snell. Neither is Randy Vasquez or Johnny Brito or Matt Waldron or Pedro Avila or anyone they're going to bring in here. And obviously, there's a lot riding on the health of Musgrove and Darvish. They've looked good at times this spring, and so I'm positively thinking about how they're doing right now, trying to be optimistic about that. But we were sold, Padres fans, and tell me if I'm wrong, but we were sold that they were going to trade Soto to create more flexibility to go spend that money on other parts of the roster. And since that trade, they have not done that nearly enough. They still need outfield help. They didn't get that on a major league signing, other than Jurickson Profar, who they probably would rather have be a versatile bench guy, not the starting left fielder. They didn't go get a center fielder. Michael A. Taylor's still out there. Tommy Pham is still out there for outfield. Adam Duvall. So I'm not saying that they won't go do this, but they haven't. It's March 9th. That plane leaves next week, March 13th. So it's getting close here. They could go get Brandon Belt, but there's guys on cheap deals that they could have done, and they decided not to. And so the $30 million around that they saved, $9.35 million total 2024 money spent on major league signings. No starting pitcher, no left fielder, no first base DH bat. That's $20+ million of room that they have not used. And so they can do that. But as of now, I'm disappointed in what this Padres front office has done or has not done. This team, we're not the Los Angeles Dodgers. We're not the Atlanta Braves where you can say, oh, no, good roster. I like some of the pieces on the roster, but the Padres could use more. And what this looks like to, I think, some fans is ownership. Oh, they're pocketing the money. They said, yeah, we'll trade Soto. We'll make it sound good to the fan base. Yeah, we'll put that money back in the roster. We wanted more flexibility. We'll spend that money on different positions. Well, they haven't done that. And it's March 9th. They haven't done that. And they raised season ticket prices. So piss off some of the fan base there, right? Didn't make the postseason last year. You're losing Blake Snell, Josh Hader, Juan Soto, Trent Grisham, pretty good defensive center fielder. I know he wasn't great hitting wise, but pretty valuable piece defensively. Waka, Lugo, Martinez, Scott Barlow, Tim Hill, Gary Sanchez, Garrett Cooper. I could go down the line here. Like there's some positive things that have happened this offseason, but it's been a disappointing offseason. And we're in spring training and they're about to leave for South Korea, and they have not came through on what we thought was their promise. I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, Padres fans, but we were being sold that they were going to put that money, the Soto money, back into this roster, and they have not done that. Simple as that. They have not done that. They've put like a third of the money back into the roster. So there's still time to go add major league talent, but right now, they haven't done a good enough job. No way.